Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first of all, I welcome all of you in this lecture. So good morning to everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so let me present my screen to you. So did you get some time to show this example, or did you get some time to prove that, or just check that whether this sequence 1 by n is bounded sequence or not? I think you won't, right? Okay, so let us deal with first this example, and after that we will move further. Now, see, we have already taken one proof of this 1 by n, and we have already shown that this sequence 1 by n is a bounded sequence using what you can say is trial and error method. Okay, but now we are going to see the concrete proof. Now we are going to see some concrete proof to show that this sequence 1 by n is bounded sequence. Okay, along with that, we are going to show that this sequence n is unbounded. So let us try to see how we are going to do that. So solution, for every natural number n, we know that n is always bigger than or is equals to 1. So what can I say about the reciprocal? If I take the reciprocal, then inequality reverses. So I am having 1 by n is less than or is equals to 1 for all n belongs to naturals. Okay. So here what we are having is, here we can say that there exist real number, say capital M, which is equals to 1, because in this case we are having this 1 by n is less than or is equals to n, less than or is equals to 1 for all n. So we can say this 1 is an upper bound for this sequence. So for upper bound notation, we are using capital M. So we are saying that there exists capital M. In this case, this is exactly equals to 1, which is bigger than 0, such that what we are having, see, now here we are using that theorem, that is a sequence an is bounded if and only if its absolute value is less than or is equals to k, where k is bigger than 0 for all n belongs to naturals. Okay, so let us see what will happen if I take the modulus of 1 by n. So modulus of 1 by n is always 1 by n, because n belongs to natural number, which is a positive number, and we know that 1 upon n is also positive number, and modulus of any positive number is that number itself. So mod of 1 by n is 1 by n, and here we have seen that this number 1 by n is less than or is equals to 1, and this is true for all n. So what we have shown is, we have shown that this sequence an, okay, this sequence an, this sequence an is less than or is equals to k. Here the value of k is 1. Okay, and this k is, you can see the value of k is 1, which means what, it is bigger than 0. And if I can show that mod of an is less than or is equals to k, then using that theorem we can say that the sequence 1 by n is bounded sequence. Is the solution clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see that theorem is quite important, or you can say that we are using that theorem very often in many examples. Okay, Now our next goal is to show this sequence n is unbounded sequence. So first of all, tell me what do we mean by unbounded sequence? Yes. What do we mean by unbounded sequence?
So not bounded above or not bounded below or both.
Okay. That is the meaning of unbounded sequence. See, but in terms of this theorem, let me show you the statement of this theorem. Please observe that statement carefully. Observe the statement theorem 2.3.3. Okay. A sequence an is bounded sequence if and only if there exists k bigger than 0 in R such that mod of an is less than or is equals to k for all n belongs to natural number. Okay, so you can say that this is an equivalent definition of a bounded sequence. Okay, now my question is, can you write down the same statement for unbounded sequence? Which means what? Now you can see in this statement we are having two statements, or you can say two sentence. First sentence is what? A sequence an is bounded, and the second sentence is what? There exists k bigger than 0 such that mod of n is less than or is equals to k for all n belongs to natural number. And in between them we are having if and only if statement, which means what? If I assume the first statement to be p, second statement to be q, then how can I write this if and only if in logical operator, which you have studied in the chapter called as logic?
Both side double implied.
So double implication, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here I am saying P is bounded sequence and Q is this second statement. Now what happens if I attach this word un to this bounded sequence? Which means what? I am negating this statement, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
can you tell me what is the relation between negation of P and negation of Q then? Can I say there is also double implication?
Yes, sir.
So this is basically using logic. Okay. So let us negate P. Okay, so negating P is what? A sequence An is unbounded sequence. Now how you are going to negate Q? Yes, please observe this second statement, that is statement number Q, properly, and tell me what is the negation of this second statement. Now you realize that हमने जो भी सारी चीज़ें प्रीवियस और यू कैन से जूनियर कॉलेज में पढ़ी है हम वो भी रिलेट कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. ओके, सो मैथमेटिक्स में सब कुछ यूज होगा. अगर आप कोई भी चीज़ भूल गए देन यू आर स्टक समवेयर. पहले तो फोकस करो. फर्स्ट वर्ड इज व्हाट? देयर एग्जिस्ट. तो देयर एग्जिस्ट का नेगेशन क्या होता है? फॉर
For
ऑल.
all.
Okay, so initially this statement is there exist. Now after negating that there exist becomes for all, and this is the notation for all. Okay, so this is for all k bigger than 0. Now don't negate this k bigger than 0. Okay, so for all k bigger than 0 in R such that, okay, now this is the abbreviation of such that. Now what is the negation of this mod an less than or is equals to k? Yes,
Greater than K.
exactly. So this mod an is bigger than k, and this is true for all n belongs to natural number. ओके अब ये फॉर ऑल होगा तो आप यहाँ पे देयर एग्जिस्ट कर दोगे. ओके सो दिस बिकम देयर एग्जिस्ट. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड द नेगेशन ऑफ स्टेटमेंट क्यू?
Yes, sir.
So here we are getting an equivalent definition for unbounded sequence. Okay. So when I will say a sequence n is unbounded, if for every k bigger than 0, if you can able to find mod n is bigger than k for some n belongs to natural number, then you can say that this sequence n is which sequence?
Unbounded.
Unbounded sequence. Now let us try to apply this definition for that sequence n. Okay. So please remember this equivalent definition. If you want, you can take the screenshot. See this definition we are using quite often for unboundedness. And remember there are the difference between bounded sequence and unbounded sequence. For bounded sequence we want there exist k. For unbounded sequence we want for all k. Okay. So now consider the sequence n to be n. Now first of all, what is your guess? Is it bounded or unbounded?
Unbounded.
Okay, now there is no choice of guess because they already told us that you need to prove this sequence n is unbounded. Okay, so it is given to us that this sequence is unbounded. But how you are going to show that? So suppose if possible, this sequence is bounded, which means what? We are assuming something wrong. So at the end, we will get some contradiction. So if this sequence is bounded, so according to the definition of boundedness, there exists a number k. Now here I am calling that k to be m. Okay, see that number k is any real number. Okay, that number k is any real number, and here we are saying m is also bigger than 0. So it doesn't matter which notation you pick, you just need to pick a number which is bigger than 0. Okay, so then there exists the number capital M bigger than 0 such that mod of an, which is nothing but mod n, is less than m for all n belongs to natural number. But observe, is it true? So this implies what? We know that n is anyway a natural number, so mod of n is n itself. So this implies what? N is less than capital M for all n belongs to natural number. Means what? You pick any natural number from the set of natural number. We are having a number which is capital M, and every natural number is less than this capital M. Is it true?
No, sir.
This is not at all true. Why? Because of Archimedean property. Okay. Because what we know about this capital M is which number? Capital
Real.
M is a number which is bigger than 0. Bigger than 0 means, can I say this is positive real?
Yes, sir.
So, so apply the Archimedean property for real numbers. So, but this is the contradiction to Archimedean property that If I am having a real number, then we can always find a natural number such that our real number has to be less than the natural number. But here we are saying what? Every natural number is less than this real number. So this is the contradiction to the Archimedean property. So hence our assumption is wrong. That is, we have assumed that if possible this sequence is bounded. So this is not true. So what is true? This n has to be a unbounded sequence. Is it clear how we are going to use Archimedean property in this scenario?
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any kind of doubt in it? And please make sure that you are revising each and everything in the same day. Otherwise, you will find difficulty while understanding all such things. See, as I'm uploading these videos on YouTube, so you can refer it from there. But it is not always possible that I am going to upload the recording on YouTube, because sometimes it may happens that the recording is not created. So in that, so for that lecture, it might be the problem. So please revise each and every topic in the same day itself, so that you can at least ask your doubt in my next lecture. Okay, now let us see this example. Now see why I am taking many examples in this unit, because using examples you can understand this chapter better. If I skip such examples, then you won't understand this chapter in detail. Okay, so let us check whether the following sequences AN are bounded. Okay, so here we just need to check whether the sequences are bounded or not. So observe the first sequence. AN is minus 1 to the power n plus 7. What is your guess? Is it bounded?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So first away we can, our guess is this sequence is bounded. Now my next question is, if it is bounded, then tell me the lower bound and upper bound for this sequence.
6 and 8.
6 and 8, exactly. Now how you are getting this 6 and 8 for this sequence AN?
By putting value of n.
Now see, here you need to observe one thing. This 7 is anyway a constant number. So you no need to bother about this constant number. You just think on this, that is minus 1 to the power n. Now what we know about such numbers, what happens when n is even? Then what is the value of minus 1 to the power n?
1.
This is always plus 1. So you just need to add plus 1 in 7. So we are getting 8. Now what happens when n is odd?
Minus 1.
This gives us minus 1. So you subtract minus 1 from 7. That gives us 6. Okay, so lower value is our lower bound for the sequence, and bigger value is our upper bound for the sequence AN. Hence, we can conclude that this sequence AN is bounded sequence. Is the idea clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what about this second one? What is your guess? Okay. Mm, what is the relation between these two? 1 minus 1 upon 2 to the power n and 2 to the power n. Which number is the bigger?
2 raised to n.
2 raised to n is always bigger than this number. So if it is bigger, so I can say that this is bigger than or is equals to. Okay, because any one of these two conditions is holding. Okay, now observe for 2 raised to n, what are the values we need to choose for n? Observe for 2 to the power n, our n is running from where to where?
1 to 10.
1 to 10. Okay, because remember n belongs to natural number, so first value of n is 1 up to 10. So maximum possibility क्या होगी 2 to the power n की?
2 raised to 10.
Yes,
2 raised to 10.
exactly. So this number is always less than or is equals to 2 to the power 10. Okay, so here we are getting an upper bound for this sequence, which is nothing but 2 to the power 10. Okay, now observe the left hand side and which values of n we need to choose for this left hand side. Observe which values we need to pick. Yes, which values we need to pick?
Bigger than 10.
The natural numbers which are bigger than 10. So tell me the least natural number which is bigger than 10.
11.
11. Okay, so we need to start with 11. Or do we have any end for this second one for the set for n?
No, sir.
No, which means what? You can pick larger n's also. Now, what happens if I pick large n? Then what can I say about 1 upon 2 to the power n? Yes. What happens if I pick n to be very large? Then can I say this sequence 1 upon 2 to the power n coming closer and closer towards
0.
0? Okay. Now observe what is the relation between these two numbers. What is the relation between 1 and 1 minus 1 upon 2 to the power n?
1 is bigger than 1 minus 1 by 2.
This 1 is bigger than 1
1 by
minus 1 upon 2 to the power n. Why? Because here we are having something positive and we are subtracting some positive number from 1. So this number is always less than 1. So I can say that this is less than or is equals to 1. Okay. Now tell me what is the relation between this and 0? This number and 0.
greater than 0.
this number is bigger than 0. Okay, so I can say that this number 1 minus 1 upon 2 power n is bigger than 0 for all n. Okay, now this inequality is holding for all n. Okay, but for n which are less than or is equals to 10, you need to take the first definition of the function. And for n which are bigger than 10, you need to consider the second definition of function. So now tell me, can I say now this sequence is bounded?
Yes, sir.
So this is bounded above by 2 to the power 10 and bounded below by 0. So in the second example also we are getting this sequence an is bounded sequence. Is the second example clear? Now observe the third one. And tell me what is your guess?
Not bounded.
Not bounded. Is it bounded below or bounded above?
No.
दोनों में से कोई भी नहीं है?
Bounded below.
Is it bounded below? All of you please put your answers in the chat box, whether it is bounded below, whether it is bounded above, or it is none of, or it is neither bounded above nor bounded below. In short, you are saying it is unbounded. Yes. All of you please put your answers in the chat box. And please think on it. Okay, don't randomly put your answer in the chat box. Just think on it and after that put your answer in the chat box. Okay, so Abhyat is saying not bounded above nor below. What about others? Yes, come on. Yes, Aradhna, what is your answer? Okay. So you can see here we are having minus 2 to the power n. If you put even natural number, then you can observe that this is going towards plus infinity. If you put odd natural number, then you will see that this is going towards minus infinity. So what we can say that this is unbounded. And in unboundedness, this is neither bounded below nor bounded above. Or if you want, you can use our statement of theorem also. That is, you just take the modulus value. Okay. So using that, this is quite straightforward. Okay, what is mod of minus 2 to the power n? This is same as using the property of real numbers. This is same as minus 2 to the power n. And what is mod of minus 2?
2.
Mod of minus 2 is 2. So here we are having 2 to the power n. So as n increases, you will check that this number is increases rapidly than the number n. So we can say that this 2 to the power n is going towards infinity very fastly. Which means what? We can't bound this sequence by any real number, say k. And if we are not going to bound this sequence using any real number, then what is our conclusion? This sequence is
Unbounded.
unbounded. So you can see this is the beautiful use of our theorem. तो अगर आपको कहीं पर डिफिकल्टी पड़े तो आप मॉडुलस वैल्यूज की लेकर चेक करो. सी व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू टेक द मॉडुलस वैल्यूज whenever you are having this kind of sequences. Okay, later on we will study these are nothing but alternating sequences. Okay, but right now I am not going to deal with that because I don't want to confuse you. Okay, so you are going to use this absolute value kind of property, or you can say definition, in such kind of sequences. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what about this fifth one? Fourth one, sorry. Yes. See, first you observe this one. And tell me, can I say this is bounded for odd natural number?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So this is bounded for odd natural number. What about this second one?
Yes, sir.
This is also bounded. Okay. So if both the sequences are bounded, then we can conclude that this sequence an is also bounded. Okay, they are using this modulus wala definition. So suppose n is odd. Okay, now observe this proof carefully because this will help us to tackle such kind of problems. Okay, see right now, see using guess we can't conclude anything. We are just saying or we are roughly guessing whether it is bounded or not. But if you are sure, then you just need to check using the definitions also whether you are getting the correct thing or not. So here n is odd. So let us pick n is odd. So for this sequence n, we are using this definition because we are assuming that n is odd. So what I can say about mod an? So mod an is nothing but this is equals to mod of 4 plus 4 by n. Now here we are having two real numbers. Addition of two real numbers. So I can write this is less than or is equals to mod 4 plus mod of 4 by n. Now this is because of which property? Yes, this is because of which property? Yes, I am waiting for your answer. First of all, tell me, can I say this 4 belongs to real number? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What about 4 by n? Can I say 4 by n also belongs to real number?
Yes, sir.
So I can use the property of real numbers in this situation because I am adding two real numbers, so their addition is also a real number. So we can use the property of real numbers. So this property is the which property of real number? Have you seen this kind of property?
Triangle inequality.
Exactly. So this is triangle inequality. And what is the meaning of triangle inequality? Sum of the two sided. If you add the two sides of triangle, then that sum is always bigger than the third side. That's why the name of this inequality is triangle inequality. Okay, in short, the sum of two sides of triangle is always bigger than the third side. You pick any triangle of whatever length, you will always get this. Okay, so we are using triangle inequality over here. So we can say that this is less than or is equals to mod 4 plus mod of 4 by n. Okay, now can I say mod 4 is same as 4 because 4 is a positive number, right?
Yes, sir.
What about 4 by n? This is also a positive number.
Yes, sir.
So we
Yes,
can
sir.
neglect this modulus or we can neglect this absolute value. Okay, so we are having 4 times 1 by n. Okay, but what we know about 1 by n? 1 by n is less than or is equals to 1. See, we are having 1 by n is less than or is equals to 1. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you multiplied it with 4. So what we are having, n by 4 by n is less than or is equals to 4. That's why here we are saying that this above equation is less than or is equals to 4 plus 4. And here is the reason. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes.
So 4 plus 4 gives me 8. So can I say 8 is less than or is equals to 10?
Yes, sir.
Now the question is why we have chosen 10 over here. The answer is in this second one. Okay. See, remember why we are. See, we want to show this. That is, see here we are having this an for odd natural number. We have shown that this number is less than or is equals to 8 and we are saying this is less than or is equals to 10. Remember our aim is to check whether this sequence an is bounded or not. तो अगर राइट हैंड साइड में मेरे पास 10 है तो लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में मुझे क्या मिलना चाहिए सो दैट आई कैन से दैट मॉड ऑफ ए एन इज लेस देन के
-10.
-10. Okay, so using property of real numbers we can say that this number is less than or is equals to 10 for all n. Okay, so this is our aim is to show. That's why we are saying that this 8 is less than or is equals to 10. Now what remains to check is this part. So let us try to see using the second condition, that is for n is even. So suppose n is even, then take its absolute value. So absolute value of an is equals to mod of phi minus phi by n. So we can write this minus phi by n in this way, that is plus into minus phi upon n, because minus plus gives me minus. So again here I am having, this is my a, this is my b, addition of two real numbers. So we can use triangle inequality. So this is less than or is equals to phi plus mod minus phi by n. But what we know about modulus value, whatever there is inside, we are having the positive quantity of that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here we are having phi plus phi by n. Now same argument. Okay, that is 1 by n is less than or is equals to 1. So we can say that phi by n is less than or is equals to phi. So we are having that phi plus phi is 10. So here we are saying that this mod of an is less than or is equals to 10. Observe, in the first part we have shown that mod an is less than or is equals to 8. But we know that 8 is less than or is equals to 10. And here also we are getting this mod an is less than or is equals to 10. So combining these two, we can say that in both the cases, mod an is less than or is equals to 10 for all n, which is equivalent to, say, on the left hand side we are having minus 10, in the middle we are having an, and on the right hand side we are having 10 in both the cases. Hence we can conclude that an is bounded sequence. Is the example clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so in this way you are going to manipulate all such sequences to conclude that, or to check that whether the given sequence is bounded or not. See, this is the very important result. That is, you just take the absolute value. And using absolute value, you can conclude many more things. Later on, we will study what are called as conditionally convergent and absolute convergent. Okay? Where we are specifically using this absolute value property. Okay. Now, these are some exercises for your homework. Okay? See, if you are unable to solve these exercises, then you already know that I will give you some exercises from this in your practicals. So ultimately, you need to solve at least one of them. Okay, and you can see answers are also given to you. So you can check your answers too. Okay. Now our next topic is monotone sequences. Now see, this is a very important part of sequence. Okay, this is very important, and using monotonicity, you can conclude that integration wala part also. Or suppose a function is given to you and suppose you need to check whether that function is integrable or not. For that also, sometimes you are going to check whether that function is monotone or not. So you will find lots of applications of these monotone sequences in real analysis, or you can say in calculus. So please understand this concept. This is very important concept in sequences. So let me give you the definition of monotone sequences. Now in this monotonicity, we are having two kinds of sequences. First one is monotonically increasing sequence. Second one is monotonically decreasing sequence. So let us first try to understand the definition. If you won't understand that definition, then I will explain those definition using some examples. Okay, so let us focus on this. So definition 2.4.1. Let an be the sequence of real numbers. So remember, we are always picking a sequence of real number. First one, an is said to be monotonic. An is said to be monotonically increasing sequence if an is less than or is equals to an plus 1 for all n belongs to natural number. Which means what? If I list the terms of this sequence an, then what I will have is a1 is either less than or is equals to a2, a2 is less than or is equals to a3, so on. And this is true for all n. ओके अगर आपको एक भी ऐसा n मिल जाए सच दैट दिस कंडीशन वायलेट्स or violated, then we can't say that sequence is monotonically increasing sequence. Have you understood the definition?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
So yes, Abbeth, you told me that you understood it. So can you give me an example of a sequence which is monotonically increasing?
Natural numbers.
Exactly, n. Okay. If I pick our sequence to be n, that is the natural number, then what we are having about a1? Yes,
1,
a1 is 1. What about a2?
2,
a2 is 2. What about a3?
3,
What about an?
n,
An is n. What about n plus 1?
n plus 1.
This is n plus 1. And this is true for all natural numbers. So what we are saying that an, see in this case, an is strictly less than an plus 1, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
in such cases, this is called as strictly monotonically increasing sequence. Wherever we are having strict inequality, then we are going to say that sequence is strictly monotonically increasing sequence. But anyway, we are going to include equality also, because an is anyway strictly less than n plus 1, which means what? We can say this also, that is an is less than or is equals to n plus 1, because see what we are saying, less than or equal to, here we are using the word or, विच मीन्स वॉट, ये दोनों में से अगर कोई भी इनइक्वालिटी सेटिस्फाई होगी देन दिस स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Malati, have you understood now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is all about monotonically increasing sequence. Now see, further we are going to study lots of example based on this topic, where you just need to verify this condition. Okay, that is, you just need to check whether an plus 1 minus an is bigger than or is equals to 0 or not. If this quantity is bigger than or is equals to 0, then we can say that it is monotonically increasing. If this is less than or is equals to 0, then we can say that it is monotonically decreasing. Okay, now from where this is arises, see, we are having this, that is an is less than or is equals to n plus 1 for all n. So what I am doing is I am just shifting this an on the right hand side, so it becomes minus, but actually it is not shifting, we are just subtracting an from both the sides. Okay, so please remember those. Remember that. In the same way, we are going to define the monotonically decreasing sequence. Now the situation is opposite. An is said to be monotonically decreasing sequence. Now you can see here the word is only monotonic and I am using monotonically decreasing. Okay, that is the natural statement which you will find in the reference book. Okay, so An is said to be monotonically decreasing sequence if An plus 1 is less than or is equals to N. So you can see here inequality reverses. That's why we are calling such kind of sequences as monotonically decreasing sequence. And this is true for all N. Which means what? Your first term has to be bigger than or is equals to second term. Your second term is has to be bigger than or is equals to third term and so on. Okay? Have you understood this second definition too?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now can you give me an example for this second one? Yes. Can you give me an example? Such that this condition holds. Which sequence we need to consider such that this above condition holds? Any guesses?
Sir, set of negative real numbers.
Set of negative real numbers. Let us see. Means you want to say minus n, right?
Yes, sir.
Negative natural numbers. Okay, now I am not going in reals because real is a very bigger set. But if I restrict myself on set of natural, so let us see what will happen. What happens if I pick n to be minus n? Then what is a1?
-1.
A1 is minus 1. What is a2?
Minus
Mi-
2.
A2 is minus 2. What is an? An is minus n. Okay,
Yes,
because
sir.
we have already considered an to be minus n. And what is an plus 1? Yes.
n+1.
So this is minus n plus 1 in a bracket. Now observe, among these two, which one is bigger?
A1 is bigger.
A1 is bigger than A2. So in such cases, we are saying that this is strictly monotonically decreasing. Okay. But if it is monotonically decreasing also, then also it's fine. That's why we are including equality also. See that strictly increasing and strictly decreasing is a more stronger, more weaker condition than this. Okay, because this we can apply generally and that is not applied generally. That's why that condition is weaker than this. Okay, so here we are. Now see, I have already told you that you just need to check this condition, that is whether an plus 1 minus an is bigger than or is equals to 0 or not. So let us check in this situation. What is an plus 1 minus an? Yes. So this is equals to minus n minus 1. This is for an plus 1. And this gives me minus minus plus. So this n get cancelled, and here I am having minus 1. So what is the relation between minus 1 and 0?
-1 is less than 0.
Minus 1 is strictly less than 0, but we are not interested in that. So I can say that this is less than or is equals to 0, because any one of these two conditions is satisfying. So what is our ultimate goal is? Our ultimate goal is to say that this quantity is less than or is equals to 0. So whenever this quantity is less than or is equals to 0, so we can say that this sequence an is monotonically decreasing sequence. Now this is my notation for decreasing sequence, and this is my notation for increasing sequence. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me give you an example, and you need to identify whether that sequence is monotonically increasing or monotonically decreasing. Are you getting bored? No, na?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
See, because I can understand from the morning you are having only maths lectures. That's why I ask you that question. Okay. So tell me about this sequence. See, generally the notation for sequence is we need to write this an in open bracket. Okay, but it is understood that we are talking about sequences only. If I am not mentioning this open bracket, then also it has to be understood that we are talking about sequences only.
Sir, decreasing.
So this is, see, you need to say monotonically decreasing, because see, we are not saying that in the first two terms we are having this kind of situation, and in the next two terms we are having this relation is ulta, that is a2 is bigger than a3. We are not having such kind of situation. अगर एक टर्म भी अगर दूसरे नेक्स्ट टर्म से छोटी है, तो उसके सारे के सारे टर्म्स उसके नेक्स्ट टर्म से छोटे आएंगे. Okay, so this is the case of monotonically increasing. But here this is monotonically decreasing, which means what? Here A1 is bigger than or is equals to A2. A2 is bigger than or is equals to A3. So it is not the case that अगर आप A3 और A4 कंसिडर करोगे तो आपको A3 लेस देन मिलेगा A4 के. आपको ऑलवेज ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई मिलेगी फॉर दिस सीक्वेंस 1 by n. That's why we are saying it is monotonically decreasing. Monotonically, see, mono means one. So ये खाली वन वे में डिक्रीज होता चला जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप थोड़े आगे जाके कोई भी दो टर्म्स लोगे और उन दोनों टर्म्स में ये रिलेशन उल्टा हो जाएगा. It is not like that. That's why we are saying such sequences as monotonically decreasing sequences. Now, see, in some cases, it is quite difficult to find out these terms. Okay, very soon you will know why I am saying that. In such cases, what we are going to check is we are going to check this simple condition, that is an plus 1 minus an. See, it is very easy to find out a1, a2 and a3 up to an, but you can't guess what is the relation between these two. You can't guess what is the relation between these two in many sequences. In that case, we need to use such kind of arguments. So here, what is an plus 1? N plus 1 is 1 upon n plus 1, right?
Yes, sir.
And what is an? An is nothing but 1 by n. Now tell me what is the answer? Tell me what is there in the numerator. Yes?
1.
Is it 1?
-1.
Minus 1. See, you are in FY BSc. Don't make such silly mistakes. Now observe this term. What we know about n? I mean, n is positive or negative?
Positive.
N is positive because we are picking n from set of natural number. What we know about n plus 1?
Positive.
Positive. And the product of two positive number is?
Positive.
Positive.
And in the numerator we are having a negative number, and in the denominator we are having a positive number. So what can I say about this whole term?
Negative.
This is negative. So can I say this is less than or is equals to 0?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ultimately what we are saying, that we are saying this condition is less than or is equals to 0. So if it is less than or is equals to 0, which means what? This sequence is which sequence?
Monotonically decreasing.
Monotonically decreasing sequence. Hence this is monotonically decreasing sequence. Is the definitions clear?
Yes, sir.
Any confusion in it? Yes?
No, sir.
Okay. And the third one is an is said to be a monotonic sequence if it is either monotonically increasing और monotonically decreasing. Okay, तो हम monotone sequence किसको बोलेंगे? Either that sequence has to be monotonically increasing or that sequence has to be monotonically decreasing. So in such cases we are going to call such sequences as monotonic sequence. Okay, now my general question is, or here is a question for you. You just need to think on it and you need to tell me what is the answer for that. Remember, for monotonically increasing sequence, we are having an is less than or is equals to n plus 1. For monotonically decreasing sequence, we are having n plus 1 is less than or is equals to n for all n. Now my question is, can you give me an example of a sequence which is both monotonically increasing as well as monotonically decreasing?
Real numbers.
Which real number?
Sir, set of
of
Set of integers. See, set of integers is not at all monotonic. Okay? Why it is not at all monotonic? Because here we are having some negative values, say negative 2, minus 1, 0. Here I am having 1, 2, and so on. Okay? Now if I am calling this is my A2, or let me call it as A1. Okay, this is my A1, this is my A2, this is my A3, this is my A4, This is my A5. Then can I always say that an is less than or is equals to an plus 1? Or you can say an plus 1 is less than or is equals to an. Can you always say that? For all n. Yes? See, it may happens that some of you may call, see, because these are just numbering, okay? We are just numbering some elements which are there in the set of integers. Some of you might call this number as A4, okay? And you are going to call this number as A1, this number as A2, okay? A1, say this is A3 and this is A5. Now, can it be always true that A1 is less than or is equals to A2? Observe. If I number this, or let me name this set of, let me name the elements of the set of integers in this way, then can I always say that A1 is less than or is equals to A2? Where A1 I am having at 0 and A2 is minus 1. Can I always say that?
No,
No,
sir.
No. Okay, so this is not true. Similarly, you can't always say that this is either increasing or this is either monotonically decreasing. But forget about that set of integer is not at all a sequence. See, here we are talking about sequences where our domain is from set of natural numbers. You can say that set of integers is a sequence if you list the elements which are there in the set of integers in this sequential format. Okay, but you can't say always. Now think on some other examples. See, because in set of integers we don't have any particular pattern. Because for, see, set of integers बना ही कैसा है? Positive natural, negative natural including 0. सो इसे आप इस तरीके से सीक्वेंस के फॉर्मेट में पुट कर सकते हो. यू पुट ऑल द नेगेटिव एलिमेंट्स इन वन सेट, put all the positive elements in another set and put 0 in one set. So this set of integer is nothing but union of three sets. Okay, but I am not going in the complications. Let me give you an example of a sequence. Now observe, can I say this is a sequence?
Yes.
In fact, this is a constant sequence. Okay. What is A1?
3.
A1 is 3. What is A2?
3.
A2 is also 3. What is AN?
3.
AN is also 3. which means what? And also an plus 1 is also 3. And what is the condition of monotonically increasingness or increasing sequence? An is less than or is equals to n plus 1 for all n. So check whether this condition is satisfying in this case or not.
Yes, sir.
Which means what? This sequence is monotonically increasing sequence. Now let us try to see whether it is satisfying the criteria for monotonically decreasing sequence or not. Observe, can I say an plus 1 is less than or is equals to n for all n?
Yes, sir.
So in this case, this sequence is satisfying both the conditions. Hence, this is an example of a monotonically increasing as well as monotonically decreasing sequence. In fact, every constant sequence is monotonically increasing as well as monotonically decreasing. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think this is enough for today. Okay, we will begin our next lecture with some examples based on monotonicity. Till then, you can try these examples at your home so that you can get the idea whether you have understood these two definitions or not. Okay, so let me stop this lecture here. Now, do you want to ask any kind of question?